What's up, you guys? It's Graham here. So I'm on my way right now to meet up with Tanner J. Fox, not to be confused with Tanner Fox, and we're going to be talking about how we got into Amazon marketing, affiliate marketing, and just his advice to be successful. And I think it's so important to always get as many different perspectives as possible. And that's why I like having as many people as possible on my channel who are all killing it, we're all making a ton of money, and I think it helps everyone to learn from each other. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe if you're watching this and haven't subscribed. You'll want to do it. I really appreciate it, and enjoy.
Why does your license plate say Gotham?
So everyone asked me about this. I got this on Amazon for Halloween. It was a complete joke because I wanted the car to, I always wanted to be like the Joker for Halloween, so I bought the ha 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 license plate, and then I just never took it off.
Allowed to keep it on?
So I've never gotten pulled over with it, which is a crazy thing. I've never once been hassled by cops, never had any issues. I never run license plates.
Probably think you're not from here.
Well, they think I'm from Gotham City. But anyway, I know everyone wants to, they don't want to hear about cars all day.
Yes, they do.
More so, I want to find out about like how you got into selling on Amazon, like what started that. Not so much about like, you know, what you're doing, but like what spurred that and how did you like come up with all this? How did you learn everything?
So I was going to community college. I just finished it and was about to go to 4-year. I was about to go to Cal State Fullerton. I was just bored over summer, so I was looking up ways to make money online.
Yeah.
So at the time I was just playing video games, don't really hang out with people. I was just bored. So I was looking at different things and it led me to finding like entrepreneurial stuff. I started watching YouTube videos and it originally... YouTube videos. And it originally led me to Kindle publishing, which is just publishing like ebooks on Amazon, and then it led me to Amazon. But I was just bored and I always wanted to make money and I didn't know I wanted to do like entrepreneurial things, but wanted to make a lot of money. I didn't know how. I was going to school for business, but I didn't want to work a 9-to-5, and then so I like halfway knew, but I didn't know it's like, oh, this is the answer. So it originally stemmed from being bored and wanting a Lamborghini.
Those two go hand in hand.
I wasn't at the point where it's like, I've been working a 9-to-5 and I want freedom, and it didn't ever get to that point.
Right.
So I was too young. I was like 19 and a half when I started.
Okay.
So.
Literally, is it just like searching online? Because that's what I tell all the, like, everything you need to know, honestly, is online.
Every single thing's online. Literally learn anything from YouTube.
Yeah. No, that's honestly it. I was even learning how to do tile, you guys, from YouTube.
Exactly.
How to tile. How to paint stucco. Like little home repairs and stuff that have saved me probably thousands of dollars. YouTube.
Yeah.
Everything so far has just been YouTube, Google, forums. I mean, especially I'm sure with marketing, there's so many forums out there.
Yeah, I never really ventured into the forums much.
Yeah.
I probably should have, probably would have helped. It originally started with books, and I noticed it was never, here's how you do this, this, and this. It's, let's get our mindset right. This is how you have to think. And I'm like, okay, I'm past the point of needing all like the motivation mindset crap. I get that. Show me what to do and how to do it. And I didn't find that in books. And I started finding that on YouTube and figured courses are the easiest way. So I took a couple, and that's how I learned the different things I do, whether it's Amazon, affiliate marketing, building a YouTube channel, anything.
That's my one gripe, I think, with books in general, and I think a lot of the information, it's so much mindset. And I do think, like, I totally believe, like, mindset is super important, and if you don't believe you can do it, you're just gonna, I totally believe in, like, self-sabotaging and just, like, you know, ruining your potential and all that. But, like, at a certain point, I think there's got to be some sort of like practicality about like how to do shit and not just like
you have to sort through in books. I don't read books anymore unless there's one that's really good that I've recommended or something. I was gonna say audiobooks. I do live streams. Like I was watching Grant Cardone's all of his real estate live streams instead of listening to like audiobooks. So kind of the same thing.
Oh, all the people by the pool, man, getting drunk. Look at my 1 unit over here, man. Look at all my money. Look at all these people getting 16 units, wasting their time. No, man, I bought a duplex. But no, I mean, nothing against Grant. But no, I know what you mean about like live streams and YouTube and all that sort of stuff. I mean, so much information is free out there. But like, I guess the big question is, why have you succeeded when so many other people try it and fail? I think there's certain characteristics about people that maybe push them beyond just like what most people do is try and then like, oh, it doesn't work, and then they quit.
There's a couple things. First thing is just taking action. Like jumping into it and just doing it even when you don't know. You're never gonna feel ready, you're never gonna know. Feel like you know it all. And you probably will fail, but fail fast, figure it out, and adjust. So one thing I noticed with a lot of the successful people from doing like masterminds and different things now is a lot of them, now don't think you have to be this because I'm not this, I was the opposite of this. They're all people who like got drunk all the time, partied, were bad at school, blah, blah, blah. And I tried to link that all together. I'm like, how could that be? All these like huge successful people are like this. That doesn't make sense to me. And then it made sense. So they're the risk takers. They're willing to jump in, take that risk. that everyone else isn't, because they're like, oh, let me analyze this and figure this out first. Now, I'm not saying be
Right.
stupid, just jump into something you don't know, but do your research, but start doing it.
Yeah.
And just take action. And it's that and then persistence. So like, it took me 6 months of failing to learn and do it. If you're going 1 month trying something, how are you going to be good at something in like half a month from trying it once? You're not. If you stick with something a year instead of trying like one thing every month or two, you're going to be good at it by the end of the year.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you're going to fail at something for a year straight if it's something that works and is like proven to work for other people.
Yeah.
You just have to figure out what you're doing wrong and adjust.
But no, I think one thing for me that I see, I think it's just fear that a lot of people are even just afraid to start. And that's one of the things that I see so much of people just like, well, I'm still learning. I don't really know quite but like when I'm 18, that's when I'm going to do it. And I see other people like when I'm out of college, that's when I'm going to do it.
When I get more time.
Yeah. When I get more time, that's when I'm going to do it. Or no, I got to save up this amount of money and then I can do it. And there's always these excuses. But the thing is, and I've been the same way, is that when you get that little thing, there's something else that comes up. Like, let's say like you need $5,000. If you get that $5,000, you could start that business. When you get that $5,000, it's like, okay, now I got the money, I got to protect it, but I got to read now. I got to figure out what I'm doing. And then when you figure that out, oh, I don't know enough. And then you're like 50 years old and you look back and you're like, I never did anything. And I think it's a fear that holds a lot of people back.
People waste time over learning,
Yeah.
trying to learn too much before they actually do it. Not even, let's say they do start a little bit,
Yeah.
but all they do is just waste their time learning instead of doing it. And I've had so many people do that, like, I've taken 3 courses on this and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, choose one angle, go do it.
Yeah.
That's all.
I've seen the same type. There's a type of person that does that I've seen the same thing. The people that learn everything.
They want something to blame if they fail.
It's
I read
yeah.
every book, it's
Yeah.
not my fault. I did everything I could, which is
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
They want something to blame if it fails.
But I think that goes back to almost just like fear of actually starting something. And it's really easy to always have that excuse of just like, I'm going to start soon. Any day now. I'm just going to finish this book and then I'm going to start, and then they never start. And it's just, I think it's more so that fear of actually starting in the first place. And maybe it's a fear of like failure. Maybe it's a fear of like inadequacy. Maybe it's a fear of just like losing what they've saved up. I think for a lot of people too, the fear of failure is a lot greater than all the benefits of success. They'd rather not fail than, risk succeeding.
I'm more scared of being like average, living 9 to 5 and just being normal than all the other things. But
Yeah.
failure originally, it's scary when you have $1,000, $2,000 in your bank account and you're starting something that's half of that or whatnot.
Yeah.
But you gotta look at it, because a lot of your followers online are younger.
Yeah.
So if you're under 30, if you don't have a family yet, now is the time to take a risk. You can afford to lose most of your bank account. You can make that back. 1,000, 2,000 isn't anything once you start learning and making money.
Yeah.
And there's so many ways. You're not going to be able to take that risk if you're making that little bit and you have to support a family or a wife or a kid.
Yeah.
It's not like that. So when you're young, even when you don't have money, take the risk. Now's the time.
Yeah.
It's not. It just goes back to taking action.
Yeah, exactly. And that's I remember when I was like 18 years old, and I think at that time I had maybe like $8,000 saved up.
Good, that
And
much at 18?
That much at 18, working summers and like part-time, $8,000. And I remember that was like, to me, that was a shit ton of money. The thing is, it's in perspective. It's like at that time, $8,000 is a lot of money, but when you start getting into the bigger picture, you realize like you can do that in a day. And all of a sudden $8,000 just becomes, it's this arbitrary number that doesn't really mean anything, and that you don't want that holding you back just because it's like this number you focus on.
Once you get to a certain point, I think it's once you get like 20, 30,000 a month, it's not like you have enough to live, you can live the lifestyle you want. It's just a game after that. It's just numbers. Yep. It's just trying to get better and better and better.
Yeah. And the other thing I've noticed too, we're going deep here. One of the things that I've noticed too, when you get a certain amount that you don't have to worry so much about like, putting food on the table or like paying rent and stuff like that, and you've got enough to kind of get what you want, if that makes sense. It's almost like you start getting more creative, because that's where you really get your drive. It's not so much like, oh, I want to make $100,000. It's really, I think, just this creative expression of just like doing what you want and like actually putting yourself out there and really doing something different.
Yeah.
And then oddly enough, you end up making more money because of that, because you're more creative, because you're more like open-minded. You're not so like focused on just like, I got to make rent money this month, which is real, I think, for a lot of people. And that's hard to overcome until you actually get that.
Yeah, one of the things I always see, it's so much easier going from 100,000 to $1 million than 0 to 100. So much easier to 10x once you're there, because you have the mindset, you've seen what works. Instead of seeing like, oh, a lot of people will be like, I don't know what to do. What opportunity is there? Is there one? What is it? everything's an opportunity, and you have to narrow it down to what would be best and what would work best.
Yeah. So I mean, what opportunities are you seeing right now? Like, where do you think we're headed in terms of like what's going to be the next thing, or what's going to be the next fad? Because from what I've noticed, at least, I think a lot of things have maybe like a 3 to 10 year lifespan.
Yeah.
Where they just like, you can rock them for 3 to 10 years, but like things change and you have to constantly adapt to that. And like, what do you see the next thing is being, like, where do you see opportunity at this point?
I see a lot in the influencer niche. So becoming an influencer or utilizing them for your business.
Yeah.
But again, of course, always Amazon, I still think is great. Shopify is still pretty good. And Amazon's just beginning to grow where they're acquiring Whole Foods and other companies, and they're going to try and do that in every niche. And it's just going to increase. So I think it's like 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 people are on Amazon. Households are on Amazon. So you have that. You have affiliate marketing. You start that with no money. Start building like a Facebook group or whatnot. Just so many different things. You can make money doing almost anything. You just have to know the model and how to do it.
But that's what I'm saying too. I think a lot is going online at this point. That's where I see a lot of the opportunities. And I'm not really in the online game. Like, I really just do real estate, but that's one of the areas like I think is really going to expand. I think there's so much opportunity out there for just doing something online.
Yeah.
Technologies too are going to start replacing a lot of occupations, and a lot of things could just be automated and work better and work faster than a human can do.
Yeah, there's so many different sources of income. Well, it's one of the things I like to talk about a lot is personal brands. So like my YouTube channel, I teach, I show what money I make from that. I can then put affiliate links in my YouTube videos. So there's so many different outlets from building a following.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the best opportunities. And you can start for free, even if you're shy on the camera. I was really awkward in my first video, still awkward, but should we see if I fit in your car?
Oh, dude, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Did it.
I fit. I couldn't have a
How is
passenger
it?
though, but or shut the door. Pretty similar to the Lambo. I feel like I'm in a McLaren with this though. Oh god.
There we go.
Oh god.
Did it. Oh,
Better
dude. This is incredible. Oh man, it smells good.
It still smells like when I got it. I don't know why. It's so different than like any other car. Do you want to start the fighter jet?
Yes. Oh my god, this is beautiful. I almost don't want to give the keys back.
So what would your advice be to me for investing if I'm looking to get in real estate in January or February?
I would make sure this year and maybe the year prior, you have as much money on your tax return as possible. And that's one of the things too with qualifying, and I got screwed with this like when I first started, is deducting every little thing and then going to the bank and then being like, here you go. And they're like, well, wait a second, you deducted like, half of your income.
Yeah.
It really screws you. So 2 years prior to buying a house, always recommend put as much income there as possible. You might pay a little bit more in taxes, or in your case a lot more in taxes, but you can buy a lot more. So the money you spend in taxes, you're just gonna regain anyway in extra rent and extra equity. But as far as like 500 grand, I would say that's enough to buy something probably in like the 1.5. Maybe you could squeeze it to the 2 range, maybe. I would focus on something that could net you probably somewhere around 10%. And I really like places too that you can buy, fix up, raise the rent, re-rent it, and profit. Like those are the deals I like the most. And a lot of these deals are based off their cap rate, and that's their worth.
Yeah.
So you buy it at like 1.5 based off it making X amount of money. But if you increase rents, let's say 20%, you increase the property's value by 20%. And refinance it, because now it's generating more money. Now the property's worth more.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can refinance, pull out that extra money.
You have no money in it if you found a big.
If you found a
flip.
big enough deal with enough equity in it where you can really make it that great, yes, it is possible to have a place that you just put a ton of work into, refinance, and you own it pretty much for free. So it's definitely doable. That's my recommendation. But honestly, off 500 grand, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to like net from that amount, maybe somewhere between $50,000 and $80,000 a year.
Okay. Cool.
From that amount, I think it is, especially if you invest in areas that are like higher yielding. That sounds cheesy, but like, what's your advice for everybody watching?
My thing's always don't reinvent the wheel. So find someone who's doing something or living kind of like how you want to live. Figure out what they're doing. See if other people are doing it. If other people are doing it, they're doing it, and it's working. There's a reason it's working. So don't try and reinvent anything. Go copy them. Put your own little twist on it. But literally copy them. That's what most successful people do. Put your own little twist. And if it's not working, that means you're doing it wrong. Find what you're doing wrong, adjust it, and keep going. And that's the thing with a year years time, like I was saying before, you're gonna be successful at it. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna make hundreds of thousands, but should be able to profit within a year. If you're doing everything right, you should be able to do it in a couple months.
Yeah.
But that's why you gotta stick at things more than a month or two. Because the first time you try something, it's not gonna be, oh, look, I made 20,000 this month by accident. So you gotta learn it, figure it out. Find successful people, figure out what they're all doing, or something similar.
And how do you recommend people find out what they want to do?
It's hard. So most people are like, do what you love, like blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, you can make money doing what you love, but you gotta know how to monetize it. My thing was, I enjoy seeing growth, whether it's the gym, whether it's relationships, whether it's making money.
Yeah.
I enjoy seeing the process of growing, getting better and better.
And you live.
Not my calves, but.
Okay. I mean, the ways people make money sometimes is just like, you do that? Like, that's what you do?
There's a dude selling treehouse making instructions on how to make tree houses as an affiliate marketer.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. $2,000 a day. Treehouse making. Again, because he knows how to monetize it. If he didn't, he wouldn't be making any money.
Yeah.
So you can get lucky with bigger niches like that, but if you know how to monetize, you can do whatever you want and make money. If I wanted to go play video games all day, I could make a channel, I could monetize that and start doing things well. It doesn't matter. Whatever I want to do, I can monetize now.
No, I think that's actually a really interesting point, because even people that want to be like artists, let's say, and they're just like, I just want to paint. I just want to paint all day. You find a way to monetize it. I mean, really, you could do just about anything. 4 sources of income an artist can do in one day, pretty much. So you start your YouTube channel, you get your ad revenue, you build your following. That's one. So ad revenue, small. But second one is, now you have this following around here because you're posting your art, maybe teaching on your channel. You can now post links to affiliate offers for types of paint you use, different companies, different brushes. Okay, another source of income. That's affiliate marketing right there, just getting commission for products. You can go on and drop ship your own. So you send them to a link on a very simple store you made, has the product, they buy it, your supplier sends it directly to them. You don't do anything, you don't need a warehouse or anything. It sounds complicated, it's nothing. There's another source. You can teach or sell courses. There's a course on playing the piano on this one website. Makes $2 million a month teaching piano. 4 sources of income if you're an artist. Easily 6 figures a year, no problem, if you do that for a year or 2. There you go. Anything, guys, like you're saying, how to do stucco. That's on YouTube. Any niche, anything you want to start. Like, for example, I started YouTube in February. It's amazing to me that I can start something and just build it by posting 1 video a day. It takes less than an hour. By doing that, I've now made an income in 8 months that now covers 100% of my living expenses. And I think that's the magic of doing things online, where you can scale really easily.
That's one of the things I always preach is work smart, you don't have to work hard. I get more done in 2 hours than most people get done in 4 hours because the way I work.
That's one of my gripes. I hate to say it, like with Gary Vee.
That's what I always, people, like, obviously I can't talk shit on him, I'm not trying to. Because
exactly.
I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's doing, I'm not saying that. That's not the way to live. I screenshotted the thing you posted on Snapchat. It's like, yes, finally someone.
Oh yeah, that guy,
That guy.
You have to work 20 hours a day. You have to grind. You always, you know.
And you don't on most things if you're working smart. There's not that much stuff to do. If you know what you're doing. Maybe at the start, the first month or 2, you can work 10, 12 hours a day. After that, like, I don't have more things I can do unless I want to go start something brand new. And I'm just proof. Like, I was probably working an hour to 3 hours a day the last 9, 10 months. And the amount I'm making, like, I would never work more for more. I'd be happy staying there.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's I'm the same way.
To grind your life.
No, I'm the same way. And I can't imagine like Grant Cardone is like giving up weekends. I gave up weekends, and I'm like, dude, no,
you don't have
to. You don't. That's the thing. If that's your thing, if you really want to give up weekends, and you'd rather give up the weekends and do something else, cool. But it's not like, sorry weekend, sorry friends.
And that's the hard thing about having such big influencers like that. Because that's him. He loves work. That's what he likes. I spend more time playing video games today than working. Every single day. I probably play 3 or 4 hours. Every single day.
And that's like the Tim Ferriss, the 4-hour work week. Like, I would rather aspire for that. It's not like you have to do that. And I guess that's the point you kind of have to like hammer into people. You don't have to do that. You know what? Someone made a good comment about this, that for them, they don't see it as work. For them, it's just like fun. And I'm not really talking about like those people, because I've been in the same situation where things I do, you're working for like, 15 hours straight for like a week, but you're so into it, you enjoy it. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, you don't actually need to do those things if that's not you, and if you're not into it, if you're not feeling it, it's not required. I mean, where do you see yourself going from here?
There's a couple things I want to do. Build up my personal brand more. That's going to be my main focus. And get into investments a lot more. $8,000 a month I want from real estate investments, which I think is a little high by the end of the year. So if I can get $1 million in there, I definitely think $8,000 a month won't be too difficult.
Okay.
9-10%. For me right now, I don't have number goals where I'm like, I want to make X amount this year. I just want to build things, and then from there the money takes over. So I'm focused on growth and building more than the numbers. So I did the numbers, and it's like, okay, they change so quick, there's no point in making these goals.
Right.
I don't know, in a couple years, there will probably be something new I'm doing.
Yeah.
I have no idea, because that's what happened last year. I said the same thing last year. People were like, what do you want to do other than Amazon? I'm like, probably be doing something completely different. And I started YouTube, and I had no clue.
No, for me, like, I can't ever give up real estate, because that's like, I feel like that's my bread and butter, but I really want to focus more on YouTube. For some reason, I just like, it's like, my intuition is pulling me to YouTube, and that's one of the things I've always followed is like, I always believe your gut's right. If you have like a feeling about something, I totally believe in like following that feeling and going off intuition and like, you know, all that hocusy pocusy stuff. But I feel like I'm being pulled right now towards YouTube, and that's something that like I've really enjoyed a lot. And I will never give up real estate. I'm always going to be a real estate agent. I'm always going to be a real estate investor. That's just, I don't know, one of these intuition things.
So you would never give up being a real estate agent alone?
No. What I might do is just scale back on the type of people I work with and be a little bit more selective.
Okay.
But I mean, who knows? And I think I want to continue buying places, and that gives great content to film and like, you know, teach and all that sort of stuff. But I think YouTube, as weird as it sounds.
It's fun when you have the audience behind me of people to talk to.
Yeah.
It's like you're all our friends.
Hey guys, and that's the amazing thing too, is like I've met and talked with so many amazing people, and it seems like everybody that's reached out to me has their own incredible story and has their own like grind and their own path. It's really inspiring to hear that other people are like, yo, you did this and that really helped me, and like I got my first sale, and it's like you share these victories with like almost 70,000 other people. And it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoy it. And, you know, even if I'm sorry, like, if you sent me like an Instagram DM, or sometimes I just can't get to them all. But I try to read like every message, every comment. It's something really amazing. And I see something in that.
Yeah.
Well, dude, Tanner, seriously, thank you so much for this.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it. If you guys want to check out Tanner's channel, I'll put in the link. Do you post much on Instagram, or I guess we'll just do it
on Instagram, just my YouTube.
Okay.
I post every day on both.
Okay. Well, anyway, feel free to follow him on his YouTube channel, and if you haven't already, for me, honestly, if they're watching like 17 minutes in and they haven't subscribed yet, guys, come on. I'm gonna put the little subscribe thing right here.
Hold it.
Make sure, subscribe, and then smash that notification bell, and then also feel free to add me on Snapchat and Instagram, because I post there pretty much daily. I was posting all of this on Snapchat, so add me on that. Thank you again for watching, and until next time.